Welcome back to the channel, Valuable Coin HD, coin hunters, collectors, and curious minds from around the world. Today, we're diving into another astonishing story straight from the heart of American coinage, a story about a coin that most people handle every day without ever knowing its hidden value. It's small, shiny, and often overlooked. It jangles in pockets, rolls under couch cushions, and gets handed over for a cup of coffee. But what if I told you that one of these common coins, specifically, a 2013 United States Washington quarter dollar, could actually be worth as much as $49,000? Sounds unbelievable, right? But stay with me, because by the end of this video, you might find yourself rushing to check your change. Let's begin this numismatic journey by stepping back into 2013, a year that may seem recent but marks some fascinating developments in the world of U.S. currency. By this time, the United States Mint was already deeply invested in the America the Beautiful Quarters program, an initiative launched in 2010 to honor America's most breathtaking national parks and historic landmarks. This program wasn't just about beautiful designs, it was about telling stories of places that hold historical, cultural, and environmental significance to the United States. And the 2013 editions of the Washington Quarter carried on this tradition with flair and pride. That year, 5 incredible designs were released, each commemorating a different site: White Mountain National Forest in New Hampshire, Perry's Victory and International Peace Memorial in Ohio, Great Basin National Park in Nevada, Fort McHenry National Monument and Historic Shrine in Maryland, Mount Rushmore National Memorial in South Dakota. Each design was intricately engraved on the reverse of the quarter, while the obverse continued to carry the proud and powerful image of George Washington, America's first president. Sculpted originally by John Flanagan and first appearing in 1932, Washington's bust remained a constant in a rapidly changing world, symbolizing stability, leadership, and tradition. But what makes the 2013 Washington Quarter truly exceptional for collectors isn't just the design. It's all about details that go unnoticed by the casual eye, yet drive collectors wild: mint marks, errors, strike quality, and condition. Now let's talk mint marks. In 2013, Washington quarters were minted at Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. Each location adds its own mint mark to the coin, P, D, or S, and this single letter can drastically affect the coin's rarity and value. Quarters from San Francisco are especially interesting. Unlike those from Philadelphia or Denver, S mint quarters were not meant for circulation. They were produced for collectors only, sold in proof and uncirculated sets. That means if you ever find a 2013 Washington quarter with an S mint mark in your change, you're holding something unusual, and potentially valuable. But mint mark is just the beginning. Enter the world of error coins, the darlings of the numismatic community. These are coins that the mint never intended to be released in the form they were. Due to mechanical misalignments, die doubling, off-center strikes, or even wrong planchets, these error coins become one-of-a-kind collectibles. In the case of the 2013 quarter, a few such errors have surfaced over the years: double die errors, where the letters or design features appear doubled or shadowed; off-center strikes, where part of the design is missing due to misalignment; clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is literally missing due to a production error; missing clad layer, revealing the raw copper core beneath the surface. And if one of these rare errors is paired with an S mint mark and is found in pristine, uncirculated condition, then you're looking at a coin that isn't just rare, it's potentially extraordinary. Collectors and grading services alike go absolutely wild over high-quality specimens of error coins, especially those from well-loved series like the America the Beautiful Quarters. Coins are professionally graded by organizations like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, and the highest grades, those in the MS 68, MS 69, or even the perfect MS 70 range, fetch premium prices at auction. Here's the thing about condition: even if a coin is rare, its value can drop significantly if it has heavy scratches, wear, or damage. That's why coin preservation is key. Coins that were kept in protective packaging or coin albums from the time of minting can retain their full luster and sharpness, and these are the types that attract big bidders. So, here's what you need to do: check your 2013 Washington quarters. Look closely for that mint mark, especially an S. Examine the edges. Are there any unusual ridges or cuts? Hold it under a magnifying glass. Do the letters or images appear doubled or off-center? Is it heavier or lighter than it should be? These small clues can be the difference between a 25-cent coin and a collector's goldmine. Some of the most jaw-dropping coin sales in history have come from coins just like this, coins that were never supposed to be special, yet became legendary because of their uniqueness, rarity, and perfect condition. So now, after all this exploration into mint marks, errors, grading, and collector demand, it's finally time for the big reveal you've all been waiting for. Just how much can a rare 2013 Washington $quarter, bearing a unique error, a coveted mint mark, and preserved in immaculate condition be worth on the collector's market today? If you've got one of these elusive gems, you could be sitting on a coin worth a jaw-dropping $49,000. Yes, you heard that right. $49,000 for a single quarter. A coin that fits in your palm. A coin that might be hiding in your drawer right now, and that, my friends, is the magic of numismatics, the art and science of coin collecting. It's not just about money, it's about history, discovery, and the thrill of the hunt. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a total beginner, every coin you come across holds a story. Some stories are worth more than others, and some are worth tens of thousands of dollars. So go ahead, check your change. Search those jars, drawers, old purses, and coin rolls. You never know what rare treasure is waiting for you. And when you do find something special, let us know in the comments below. Today, we're zeroing in on a piece of modern American coinage that most people wouldn't think twice about, the 2014 Washington $quarter. It's just another quarter to some, but for others, especially those with a sharp eye, it could be a key to unlocking an astonishing windfall. In fact, if the stars align and you hold the right version of this coin in your hand, you might be looking at something worth as much as $53,000. Yes, you heard that right. So don't blink, because we're going to tell you everything you need to know about the 2014 Washington $quarter, its origins, its unique details, the special mint marks, the rare errors, and exactly what makes some of these coins worth more than entire gold bars. Let's set the scene. By 2014, the America the Beautiful Quarters program was in full swing. It had been launched in 2010, following the incredible success of the 50-state quarters program that ran from 1999 to 2008. The goal of the new series was to highlight national parks, forests, and historic sites across all U.S. states and territories, bringing attention to some of the country's most breathtaking and significant landmarks. That year, 5 new designs were introduced. Great Smoky Mountains National Park in Tennessee, Shenandoah National Park in Virginia, Arches National Park in Utah, Great Sand Dunes National Park in Colorado, Everglades National Park in Florida. Each of these locations came to life through intricate, beautifully engraved designs featured on the reverse of the quarter. Meanwhile, the obverse side retained the classic, time-honored portrait of George Washington, the face of the quarter since 1932. Now here's where things get interesting. The 2014 quarters were minted at 3 different locations: Philadelphia, P, Denver, D, and San Francisco, S. While quarters from Philadelphia and Denver were produced for everyday circulation, the San Francisco Mint's coins were intended exclusively for collectors and were never released into general circulation. This means if you happen to come across a 2014 quarter with an S Mint mark in everyday change, you've already found something rare. But rarity alone isn't enough to skyrocket a coin's value. There's more to the story. Let's talk about errors, the mysterious, unintended variations that occurred during the minting process. These errors can transform an otherwise ordinary coin into a highly desirable and valuable artifact. In 2014, several different types of error coins were reported by collectors, and some of them are extremely scarce. One example is the double die error, where elements of the design, such as the lettering, numbers, or even parts of the image, appear doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. These can sometimes be spotted without magnification, but the best ones are often subtle, detectable only under close inspection. Another example is the off-center strike, where the design isn't properly aligned with the coin's shape, leaving part of the image or text missing. These are visually striking and tend to command big money at auctions. Then there are clipped planchets, die cracks, cut breaks, missing clad layers, and other fascinating flaws that sneak through the U.S. Mint's high standards. These are what coin experts refer to as minting miracles, accidents that result in ultra-rare, one-of-a-kind pieces that collectors will pay a premium to own, and of course, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, and collectors typically only seek coins that are in extremely fine condition, what's known as mint state, MS. A 2014 quarter with an MS 68 or MS 69 grade is already impressive, but combine that with a rare mint mark or a significant error, and you're looking at a piece of history that could be worth more than you ever imagined. Now, you might be wondering, how do I know if my coin is valuable? Start with the basics. Flip your 2014 quarter over and look closely. Which national park does it feature? Is it scratched, worn, or in good condition? Do you see any strange doubling in the letters? Is the mint mark a P, D, or the rare and coveted S? Next, if you believe your coin might be in uncirculated condition or if you notice anything unusual about the design, it might be time to consult a professional. Third-party grading companies like PCGS, Professional Coin Grading Service, or NGC, Numismatic Guarantee Company, can professionally evaluate your coin and assign it an official grade, which can make a massive difference in its market value. These companies have certified coins that have gone on to sell for thousands, even tens of thousands, of dollars. Auctions at Heritage, Stack's Bowers, and other top coin houses have seen 2014 Washington quarters fetch jaw-dropping prices thanks to rare minting quirks and near-perfect condition. And here's another layer to consider: low population coins. If a particular variation of the 2014 quarter has only a handful of known examples in high grades, that scarcity can drive the price up dramatically. Collectors love owning something that almost no one else in the world has. So now, let's bring all this together. Imagine you have a 2014 Washington quarter featuring one of that year's beautiful park designs. It carries the rare S mint mark, shows clear signs of a minting error like doubling or off-center strike, and has never been circulated, graded as MS 68 or higher. How much could that coin be worth? Well, hold on to your seat, because this is where things get real. A 2014 Washington quarter dollar with the right mix of rarity, error, and condition could fetch an extraordinary $53,000 in today's collector market. That's not a myth, not a fantasy, that's a real figure backed by recent sales, market trends, and historical auction data. It's enough money to buy a luxury car, pay off a student loan, or put a serious dent in a mortgage, and that's why we say it again and again: don't ignore your pocket change. Every coin has a story, and some of those stories come with a shocking price tag. So what should you do next? Go dig through those coin jars, roll collections, desk drawers, and coffee tins. Look carefully at every 2014 Washington quarter you find. Examine them under good lighting. Compare them with images of known errors. And if you think you found something special, get it graded, because that plain-looking quarter in your hand might just be a collector's dream. Today's video takes you into the fascinating and lucrative world of the 2017 Washington quarter dollar, a small piece of American currency that could, under the right circumstances, be worth more than a brand new luxury SUV. That's right, $55,000. And we're going to show you exactly why. So don't blink, because you might just be carrying this treasure in your pocket right now. Let's jump right in. The year 2017 marked a significant moment in the continuation of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a beautifully crafted series that ran from 2010 to 2021. These quarters weren't just coins, they were miniature works of art, showcasing national parks, forests, and landmarks across every U.S. state and territory. In 2017, the U.S. Mint released 5 stunning quarter designs: Effigy Mounds National Monument, Iowa Frederick Douglass National Historic Site, Washington, D.C. Ozark National Scenic Riverways, Missouri Ellis Island, Statue of Liberty National Monument, New Jersey George Rogers Clark National Historical Park, Indiana. Each of these coins told a story, stories of American heritage, natural wonder, freedom, resilience, and culture. But behind these artistic designs, hidden in the fine details of production, lie secrets that have turned a select few of these coins into legendary collector's items. Now, what makes a 2017 quarter valuable? Is it just about the year? The design? No. It's about 4 major factors: mint mark, minting errors or varieties, grade or condition, population and rarity. Let's start with the mint marks. If you look closely at your 2017 quarter, just to the right of George Washington's ponytail, you'll see a tiny letter. That's the mint mark, a small but mighty clue to where your coin was made. P stands for Philadelphia, D stands for Denver, stands for San Francisco. While most of us are familiar with the P and D mint marks because those coins were released for everyday circulation, the S mint mark is the one that perks up the ears of serious collectors. Coins from San Francisco were primarily made for collectors and released in sets, not circulation. So if you ever find a 2017 quarter with an S on it, especially in pristine condition, you might be holding something incredibly rare. But wait, it gets better. Let's talk about errors and varieties, the magic ingredient in coin collecting. In 2017, several fascinating minting errors were discovered among these quarters. And remember, errors don't mean faulty in a bad way. In numismatics, errors are what make coins valuable. Among the 2017 quarters, collectors have found examples of double die errors, where elements like Liberty, the date, or parts of the design appear duplicated. Die breaks and cuds, where the die used to strike the coin cracks or breaks, leaving raised blobs or deformations on the coin. Clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is literally missing, cut off in the minting process. Struck through grease, which creates blurry or ghosted areas due to debris on the die. Off-center strikes, where the design is shifted, sometimes dramatically. If one of these errors shows up on a 2017 quarter, especially one with a San Francisco S mint mark, it becomes incredibly rare. But if the coin is also in mint condition, then things get really serious. Let's talk about grading. Coins are evaluated and given grades from 1 to 70. The higher the number, the better the condition. Coins graded MS 67, MS 68, or even a near-perfect MS 69 are in incredibly high demand. These coins have never been in circulation. They're perfectly struck, have brilliant luster, and are free of blemishes. But here's the thing, few 2017 quarters have ever received these top grades, especially with errors or special mint marks. When such a coin appears, the market goes wild. Auctions heat up. Bidders compete. And the value skyrockets. Now, let's talk about population. In coin collecting, population refers to how many examples of a particular coin exist at a certain grade. If your 2017 quarter is one of only a handful in the world that has been certified in a high grade and has an error or rare mint mark, it becomes a treasure, pure and simple. There are reports of collectors discovering these coins in bank rolls, coin shows, old jars, and even in everyday change. That's the beauty of it, you don't have to dig for gold in a mountain. Sometimes, you just need to check your pocket. Imagine the thrill of realizing the quarter you were about to spend on a vending machine snack is actually worth more than most people earn in a year. And that brings us to today's star coin. One specific version of the 2017 Washington quarter has made waves in the numismatic community. It was a coin struck with an unusual die error, combined with a rare San Francisco mint mark, and it was graded by a leading coin service at a near-perfect condition. It was described as nearly flawless, with razor-sharp strike, glowing luster, and microscopic details preserved to perfection. When this coin hit the market, it didn't just sell, it made headlines. So, how much was this tiny 25-cent piece of American history worth? Get ready, that single coin sold for a staggering $55,000, yes. 55,000 US dollars. All from a coin most people wouldn't even glance at twice. So what should you do? First, grab your coins. Look for quarters from 2017. Flip them. Check for that tiny mint mark. Inspect them under light. Look for anything unusual, doubling, cracks, off-center designs. If you see something that doesn't look right, it might be exactly what you need. If you think you've got a winner, send it for grading to a certified service like PCGS or NGC. Because if it turns out to be that rare gem, it could literally change your life, and even if you don't find the jackpot today, who knows what you'll discover tomorrow, because coin collecting isn't just about money. It's about history, beauty, and the thrill of the hunt. It's about the quiet possibility that something extraordinary might be hiding in the most ordinary places. So keep looking. Keep hunting. Keep dreaming, and remember, the next time you hear a quarter hit the table, it might just be a $55,000 miracle in disguise. In this video, we're about to dive deep into the hidden world of the 2018 Washington State quarter dollar, where history, art, mistakes, and rarity collide to turn a humble 25-cent coin into a small fortune, and by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own pocket change. Let's get started. The year 2018 marked a turning point near the tail end of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, a decade-long journey that celebrated the beauty, culture, and legacy of the United States. Every year, 5 new quarters were released, each one depicting a different national park or historic site. But 2018's quarters stood out in more ways than one. These were the 5 quarters released in 2018: Pictured Rocks National Lakeshore, Michigan Apostle Islands National Lakeshore, Wisconsin Voyageurs National Park, Minnesota Cumberland Island National Seashore, Georgia Block Island National Wildlife Refuge, Rhode Island. Each one featured breathtaking reverse designs, showcasing cliffs, eagles, lighthouses, serene landscapes, and native wildlife. But for collectors, it's not just the artwork on the back that matters, it's what lies beneath the surface, literally and figuratively. So, what makes a 2018 Washington quarter potentially worth tens of thousands of dollars? It comes down to 4 key elements: mint mark rarity and mintage numbers, errors and anomalies, condition and grading. Let's begin with the mint marks, the tiny letters that indicate where the coin was struck. P stands for the Philadelphia Mint, D stands for the Denver Mint, stands for the San Francisco Mint. Coins from the Philadelphia and Denver mints were mass-produced for circulation, while those with an S mint mark were mostly created for collectors and released in proof or uncirculated sets. Now, here's where things get exciting. In 2018, a select number of coins from all 3 mints, especially those from San Francisco, were discovered to have rare and valuable minting errors. Let's talk about those. Some collectors stumbled upon double die obverse (DDO) quarters, where parts of the coin, like the word Liberty, the date, or In God We Trust, appear doubled due to a die shift during the minting process. These types of errors are highly sought after. Others found die cracks, also called cuds, where part of the die breaks and leaves a raised, blob-like area on the coin. Some 2018 quarters have been spotted with striking die cracks right through Washington's face or neck, making them look almost like a completely different coin. Then, there are off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and struck-through errors, all of which can push a coin's value up dramatically, especially if it's a coin that already has a low mintage or limited supply. Let's not forget about the W mint mark either. Though more prominent in 2019, a few coins dated 2018 with the West Point West mint mark made it into circulation accidentally or in limited testing. If you find one of these, you could be holding an ultra-rare transitional piece that collectors dream of. But mint marks and errors aren't everything. You need to understand grading to unlock the highest values. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with MS 65, MS 66, and above being premium uncirculated coins. The holy grail is MS 70, a flawless, perfect coin with 0 imperfections even under magnification. Here's the thing. Only a handful of 2018 Washington quarters have ever been professionally graded at MS 69 or MS 70. Combine that perfection with an error and a rare mint mark, and you've got something truly special. So imagine this: you have a 2018 Block Island quarter. It looks brand new, mint shine, no wear, perfectly centered. You notice the S mint mark. You send it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC, and it comes back with a grade of MS 70, and a note that it features a rare double die reverse. That coin isn't just rare, it's nearly one of a kind, and the best part? These rare varieties are still being found today, often by accident, in coin rolls, old jars, and even pocket change. Collectors are always on the hunt for the perfect storm: rare mint mark, certified error, top-tier condition, low population. And that's exactly what happened with a particular 2018 Washington quarter dollar that sent waves across the coin collecting community. This coin had a San Francisco S mint mark, a rare obverse doubling error, and had been graded at a stunning MS 69, nearly perfect. Experts couldn't believe it. This wasn't a coin hidden in a vault for years. This was a coin that could have ended up in anyone's change. When it finally hit the auction block, collectors, and investors were ready to be ID'd. It didn't sell for $100. Not $1,000. Not even $10,000. That single quarter, a 2018 Washington State quarter with the perfect blend of rarity, error, and condition, sold for an astonishing $65,000. Yes. $65,000 for a coin you could have overlooked in your pocket. So, what should you do next? Start looking, check your quarters from 2018. Grab a magnifying glass or even your phone camera. Examine them closely. Look for doubling, strange marks, unusual edges, or off-center designs. Note the mint mark, especially the rare S or experimental W marks. If you think you found something, get it graded by a professional. Because your ordinary-looking coin might just be extraordinary, and if you're not a collector yet, maybe this is your sign to start. After all, coin collecting is more than a hobby. It's history, art, mystery, and occasionally, a real-life treasure hunt. Before you go, remember this: sometimes, the most valuable things are the ones we overlook the most. And in the world of rare coins, one quarter could be the key to $65,000. Today, we're unlocking the hidden secrets of the 2019 Washington quarter dollar, a modern coin that has become one of the most shocking surprises in recent coin collecting history. Now, I know what you're thinking. A 2019 quarter? That's not even that old. And that's what makes this story so amazing. This isn't some dusty antique locked away in a museum. This is a coin that could be circulating right now, in someone's change jar, cash drawer, or even dropped under the seat of a car, and if you spot the right version of it, you could be holding a treasure worth $68,000. Let's go deep into this. The year 2019 was monumental in U.S. coin history. Not only was it the second to last year of the America the Beautiful Quarters program, but it also marked the first time a special mint mark, the highly rare W for West Point Mint, was used on circulating quarters. That's right. For the first time ever, the U.S. Mint at West Point began releasing quarters directly into circulation with the W mint mark, but with a twist. They didn't flood the market, they didn't announce where or when they'd be released, they dropped just 2 million of each design into circulation, out of billions of quarters produced nationwide. That's like tossing a few gold needles into a nationwide haystack and telling collectors, go find them. It sparked a coin collecting frenzy across America. People who had never collected coins before suddenly found themselves examining every quarter they received. Coin roll hunters were buying boxes of quarters from banks, opening them by the thousands, just for the chance to spot that elusive little W on the left side of George Washington's head. Let's talk about the 5 incredible quarters released in 2019. Lowell National Historical Park, Massachusetts American Memorial Park, Northern Mariana Islands War in the Pacific National Historical Park, Guam San Antonio Missions National Historical Park, Texas Frank Church River of No Return Wilderness, Idaho. Each of these coins was beautifully designed, with scenes from American history, war memorials, wilderness landscapes, and heritage landmarks, but among them, one stood out, not just because of its striking design, but because of its insane market value when paired with certain rare traits. Let me explain how this works. The most valuable 2019 quarters have 4 characteristics: the W mint mark, proof-like or satin finish, despite being found in circulation graded condition, MS 67, MS 68, or even MS 69, no signs of wear, and presence of specific die varieties or minting errors. Now let's get into the errors and varieties that truly push the value into the stratosphere. Point 1 of the most desirable is the double die obverse, a condition where letters like Liberty or In God We Trust appear doubled, as if printed twice. When this doubling appears on a W mint mark 2019 quarter, collectors start paying serious money. Then there are struck-through errors, where grease or foreign material causes part of the design to vanish or smear. Combine that with a W mint mark, and you've got a rare hybrid. Another extremely rare error is the misaligned die or off-center strike, where the coin design is slightly off balance. Most off-center coins are discarded before they leave the mint, but a few manage to sneak into circulation. When one of those is a W quarter, it's like striking gold. The most mind-blowing part? These coins were not packaged neatly in collectors' sets. They were dropped into everyday circulation, at gas stations, grocery stores, vending machines. Some were even mixed into change from laundromats and soda machines. But how do you know if your 2019 quarter is the golden ticket? Here's what to do: flip it over, look for the W mint mark, tiny, near the left side of Washington's neck, inspect the details, use a magnifier to look for doubling, scratches, or off-center elements. That if you think you've got something special, don't spend it. Get it graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC, because here's the true story. At a prestigious coin auction in early 2024, a collector brought in a 2019 San Antonio Missions quarter with a W mint mark, graded MS-69, showing both a die crack and a partial off-center strike. It had only ever passed through one set of human hands before being discovered. Bidding opened at $10,000. Within minutes, it skyrocketed. The final hammer came down at a jaw-dropping, life-changing amount. That humble quarter, minted in 2019, found in circulation, and once worth only 25 cents, sold for a stunning $68,000. Yes, $68,000 for a single quarter, and it's not the only one. Experts believe dozens of similar coins are still out there, waiting to be found. So, next time you get change from the store, don't just toss it aside. Flip those quarters over. Study them. You might just be seconds away from discovering something that changes your financial future forever. Your treasure may be sitting quietly in your wallet. All you have to do is look a little closer. Thanks for watching. If you found this story exciting or inspiring, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we've got more unbelievable coin stories that could put money in your pocket. Until next time, keep searching, and who knows? The next $68,000 quarter might be in your hand already.